See, now you got the mention to samasa, etc. He is going to perform some operation on the units which have been defined as samasa. Saisha Dasarathi Rama, Saisha Raja Yudhishthira, Saisha Karno Mahatyagi, Saisha Bhimo Mahabala, Tirne Dhammapi Siddham Bhavati Kechidichanti. Sutkat Purvaha, that's the Sut, Agama. So Agamas are introduced in the 6th Adhyaya, that is the transition Adhyaya. Ad Abhyasa Vyavayapi, and then the very common At, which is with lung, etc. And that's why you have the Adyantau Takhitau. That's for replacement of Tak. Samparyupebhya karutau bhushane samovayecha Rem kiratau lavane hinsayam pratescha apachatuspacha kunishwalekhane. Whatever it may connect with. And then sometimes this is not all right. This is not all right. So I will tell them, let me make that decision. Viskara sakre vikaro.
Actually read and understand the editor before the publication.
No, simply because you are an editor, you are reading it, that doesn't mean you will understand the Kashika and things like that. You might be able to understand the English, but you may not be understand the context where I am hitting things. Paraskar pravritti nicha. Sometimes they will say, author, do we say that in English? Yes, we say that in the United States. Somewhere we had a big fight on spelling H-O-U-R, hour and honor, etc. H-O-N-O-U-R. They will insist that they will write H-O-N-O-U-R. I will insist that I will write H-O-N-O-R. And then they say, please don't do that. They want the British spelling.
Which will
What?
which finally prevails?
No, I said you do whatever you want to do. See, for me, it's I always write H-O-N-O-R. So if I started correcting those, I have to find and replace. And there will be so many other words for that. So I don't have that much time. So I just gave up, basically. I just told them that it's all right with me, whatever you do. So just don't screw up the sense. Okay, let's go to 6.2. Tatpurushe tulyartha. Okay, see what is happening in Sashtadhyaya Dvitiya Pada Bahubhiho Prakritya Purpadam. Now operations relative to compounds and accent. So you should know, so what happened in the 6.1? You have doubling, you have Abhyas Karya, and you have Samprasarana, and you have introductions of augments, tuk, at, etc. Okay? And then you have the great Sammitayam, the vocalic sandhi mostly, and then the Pararupa Ekadesh and the Purvarupa Ekadesha. That's the subject matter, that's the context of application of rules in 6.1. Now we go to Sashtadhyaya Dvitiya Padaha. Look at that Brahu Vrihau Prakritya Purva Padam. The first constituent of a Bahuvrihi compound is marked with the accent similar to its initial constituent. It's Purva Pada Prakriti Swara. That's technically what it is called. A Bahubhi retains the accent of its initial constituent. पूर्व पद ग्रहणम अत्र पूर्व पदस्थे स्वर उदात्ते स्वरिते वा वर्तते. So whatever swarita or udatta accent was assigned originally to a bahuvrihi, to the first constituent of a bahuvrihi compound, here that accent is retained. Don't play with the accent mark of a bahuvrihi's first constituent. Okay? And you have the examples. This is not easy stuff because it is not used. Okay, that's why it is not easy. Although I have marked them, I found a very good student. A great student who did all this. So one day I was struggling with that and he saw it. He said, let me do it. And so he started doing it. It was so easy. तत्पुरुषे तुल्यार्थ तृतीय सप्तम विपमानाव्यय द्वितीया कृत्याः तत्पुरुषे समासे तुल्यार्थम तृतीयांतम सप्तम यंतम उपमान वाच्य व्ययम द्वितीयांतम कृत्यांतम च यत् पूर्व पदम. See how many compounds he is talking about? Yat पूर्व पदम tat prakriti swaram bhavati. So what is the moral? The moral is these rules assign the purva pada prakriti swara. What is the prakriti swara? The prakriti swara is the accent of the base. And these are examples. And this is why you don't get the Arial Unicode, because my student did on his computer. Dayadyam dayade. In other words, this is the accent in the 6-2. No, it doesn't go. See, in connection with the compounds, we did not discuss accent. All we discussed was the number and gender of the compound. That was the last thing we did over there. So you formed a compound, you deleted the endings of the compounds, then you determine the order of constituents in a compound, then you determine the number and gender of the compound. This is all you did in the compounds. Now you get the accent of the compounds. Srajjava kanpan papa subhave karmadharaye kumarascha adi pratyenasi purgeshwanyatarasyami gantakal kapal bhagal sharave sudvigo bahuvanyatarasyam drishtvitasthoscha paripratyupapa varjavana huratra vaiveshu sankhya etc. Kartakaujapadayascha. I don't think you should kill yourself for this. With all due respect to Pāṇini. Chaturthi tadarthe, arthe. An initial compound constituent retains the accent of its base when the word artha combines to follow. So what is the moral? We have gone to 44 rules. All these rules are discussing the assignment of accent or adjustment in the accent of the first constituent. First pada, ktecha, ktecha karmadhare anishta.
So the convention you are doing is underline is udatta.
Yeah.
And the vertical line is surita.
Yeah.
But I found many books where
Yeah, they differ. They differ. Those are the different schools. Strun. Aniganto anchata uva pratyaye.
they do not mark anudatta.
No.
Sir, that's the sutra, the previous one. That's the one we were discussing. 58.
What?
6 to 58 is what I was discussing with you.
Oh, are you Brahman Kumar?
The three sutras.
Okay. Sashti pratyena si grama shalpini. See, there was a decision. I was so, I mean, kind of confused with all the markings that at one point I decided I will not do it. But then, of course, you can't run away.
At least Swarita is the same sign.
Yes, Swarita is important because even the Bhashyakara says that, when it comes to Adhikara, he says Swarita and Adhikara. And then he gives you another definition of that. What does Adhikara do? Adhikaro adhikriyate. Oh, okay, Jivikarthe, there is a big fight between okay, Jivikarthe of Bhattuji Dikshit in Siddhanta Kaumudi as well as in the, what is that, Shabdakaustubha, opposite. You want to know more? There are 4 pages of writings. I have done it in the Ashtadhyayi volumes. Good. Check Akejivika थे प्राचाम की अणिनियुक्ते संज्ञायाम च संज्ञायाम विषय अनंत उत्तर पदे अक्रिया पूर्व पदवाद्युदात्तम भवति. So it is accent in the 6-2. Devata Dvandva cha, folks. 6-2 141. देवता वाचिनाम यो द्वंद्वस तत्र युगपद उभे पूर्वोत्तर पदे प्रकृति स्वरे भवतः. So there is a dvandva compound which is termed devata dvandva. A dvandva compound formed with constituents denoting divinity. So naturally, you will start thinking, what is the rule? Which one is the rule that allows the formation of a Devata Dvandva in the Ashtadhyayi? The answer is this very rule. There is no separate rule for that. Devata Dvandva, the initial and final constituents, both in a Dvandva compound formed with words denoting a divinity, retain their base accent. Thus, it was really very funny. Once you write the frame of translation frame of a single rule, all you have to do is just carry that on further and that's go on adding the additions, and that way you don't have to change much in the wording of the rule. It becomes so easy. Sangyayam anachitadinam, a final constituent word which ends in now the final constituent ta and is combined after gati, karaka and upapada, is with the exception of achita etc. marked with udatta at the end when the denotational scope is a name sangya. Karakadatta shutayorevasi. It's really a big section, okay? It goes over 200. So he talks about the compounds of samasas, the tadritas, the kridantas, all that. But begins with bahuvrihi. And what ends the description of compounds? Bahuvrihi. Bahuvrihi, anya padarthe. So bahuvrihi is the compound that comes at the end. And here in this one, bahuvrihi begins with that. Jatikal sukadibhyo anachhadanat to akritam iti pratipannaha vajate. Vanam samase, see, still samasa. Prad swangam sangyayam abher mukham apacha adheruparistham Purushasyanvadishtaha. Okay, let's go to 6.4. Angasya. What is an anga? Yasmat pratyaya vidhis tadadi pratyaye parataha angasangyam bhavati. So beginning with that, after which an affix is introduced, up to the affix, when the affix follows, the form is called anga. So the idea is that you take a base, you add an affix. And then there are all kinds of other elements may be introduced in between. So all those, beginning with the base, till the pratyaya, when the pratyaya follows, then that thing is called anga. Okay? In English, you can sometimes call it pre-suffixal base, since the requirement of the following affix is a must. You add pre-suffixal, whatever comes before, whatever precedes a suffix. So अधिकार सप्तमाध्याय परिसमाप्ते है यदि तो ऊर्ध्वम अनुक्रमिष्यामो अंग संज्ञेय तेवं तद वेदितव्यं वक्षति हलः hutah jina samvitah angasyeti. Those are the particular operations which will come to. So let's see what is in the Angadhikara. It's one of the most elaborate sections of rules. And if you want really good, I'm not saying that you won't get a better description. For example, if you go in the Astadhyay details of my volume 6, that's the very, very elaborate volume which I have presented in 6. It's the best of all the 5. But S.D. Joshi came out with a volume on Angasya, single volume, some 450. I saw that when I was finishing almost the Kashika Vritti. At that time it came out. So if you are interested in getting some super fine description of rules in the Angadhikara, of course, it will be burdened, with all due respect to Joshi, with the Mahabhashya. See, Joshi always does that. He can't help it because he has spent his whole life working on the Mahabhashya. So it's natural. Okay. Yadi tu urdhvam anukramashyama gasyatevam tasveditavyam vakshati hala etc. Brahmana visaudam visira angadhikara krito anyartho nami dirghatvad vasthapayati tadartham. We'll discuss that when we go further down. See, there has to be 5 nominal endings at the beginning of the su. Yeah. See, this is what you have to do. When you read a rule, you have Sarvanamasthana, go find Sarvanamasthana. Sanmata Sanyogasya, Aptin, Tich, etc. The Angadhikara is the Adhikara where you have the longest rule in the Ashtadhyayi. This is just an observation. Dirgh vidhir ya ihen praviti nam tam viniyamya sutiti visu vidwan, that has been restrained in the context of sut, the Sarvanamasthana. Shau niyamam punayo vidadhyat bhrunah niti tathasya dushyet. Why I am reading this thing? Because these are the karikas which are most difficult, and it doesn't mean if Kashika is giving you these karika verses, that doesn't mean that karikakars are the authors. No. They're not. And they could be taken from the tradition, and they are not always easy to understand. You should thank me. I have translated each one of them. And I had nightmares with each one of them. These, etc., etc. a good scholar should first restrict this proposed replacement in long of the penultimate vowel of in, etc., within the following condition of sut, and then within the replacement in shl, she, and then she sarvanamasthānasya, and thus there is no fault in bhrunahani, shami, etc. Okay? And then you get the further notes explaining those things. Check, rewrite. See? Okay, Saucha. Anunasikasya kvichalo kingiti. Asiddhavad ityayam adhikaraha. Yadit urdhvam anukramishyama a adhyaya parisamaptes. In other words, 6.4.22 to 7 or 6.4 the end. Yadit urdhvam anukramishyama a adhyaya parisamaptes tad asiddhavad bhavati teti veditavyam. Okay, you got Sattva, Tukor, Asiddha. Okay? So that's Asiddha. Here we get Asiddhavat. You know that Vati Ghati Tattvam Atideshatvam. An expression marked with Vat is an extensional expression or proposal. So how do you recognize the extension rules? That's how you recognize it with Vati. So how many rules are there in the Ashtadhyayi which are marked with Vat? It might not be a bad idea to tabulate all those rules which have the Vat, and that way you will get the usage of the restrictive rules and the operations that apply on those are at the behest of those rules in the Ashtadhyayi. That will be a good paper, a large paper. And by definition, if you are interested in understanding the gamut of rules presented by the extension rules, go to Rama Prasad Tripathi in what is its name? Chintamani, Siddhanta Chintamani. It's a beautiful text. He takes the entire, all the restrictive rules and he discusses one after the other. He has also done the exception rules. And he was so good. I have studied the Kashika Vritti with him, all the Yangadikara and everything. After my father passed on, I went to him because he was my father's student. So, यदि तो ऊर्ध्वम अनुक्रमिष्यामः आ अध्याय परिसमाप्ते तद असिद्धवत् भवति इत्येवं तद वेदितव्यम. So what is the meaning of asiddha, asiddhavat? The literature uses the word suspended. How would you understand from the Sanskrit word? Frankly, I don't understand suspended. Something could be suspended and then later on it can be desuspended, brought back, right? Okay, that which is siddha is no longer siddha is what asiddha means. Let's attack this problem from this angle with this way. Because you will run into a host of problems with Purvatra Siddham. Well, how could you say that the Acharya made it Siddha and now you are saying here you come and you say that no, it's a Siddha. Normally the definition is, or explanation is, Asiddham iti Siddha karyam na karoti. That is the Karya Siddhatva. But all those Karyas are carried out by rules, and if the Karya is a Siddha, that means rules are a Siddha too. The Acharya said with Dhiradaicha, and now you are making it suspended. How dare you? So that's what Pandit Ram Prasad Tripathi would say. How could you come out and say that sun is no sun? Can you say there is no sun? I will believe it.